It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a wonderful day in this neighborhood, a wonderful day for a neighbor. Could you be mine? Could you be mine? So I have to use this rope to get down the hill because it's so steep and it's a little bit muddy, and the deer destroyed the yard over the winter. Look, random daffodils. Ooh, I almost slipped right there. Haha. We in the woods. All right. Bees seem to be doing all right. It's still a little chilly. It's 48 degrees in Leesburg, Virginia. I think I'm gonna pull the 3 hives over here apart from each other because the wind is over for the most part. You can hear the buzz. I think there's a lot of orientation flights going on right now. Gonna see if any of these hives have some drones, and if they do, then we'll think about making a split. Hello, ladies. Oh, good. It's nice and heavy. I guess you guys have been putting on weight. Hello, bee. Wait, where are you? There you are. Very nice. Let's back this up a little bit. And this is in their flight path, so my presence right here kind of agitates them a little bit, I would imagine. Well, hello there. See what y'all got going on over here. It's nice to be outside, huh? Your food has crystallized. Sort of. Maybe we'll turn this into some open feeding. Not doing anything with the feather comb. Not surprised. Wow, that's a little bee. I don't know if this is one of my bees, but it's little. You can tell in regards to the size it is on the honeycomb. I mean, there's a bigger bee. You can see how much bigger it is. What is this guy? Maybe that was some kind of wasp. I guess they're reworking this. Lots of bee bread. Not much going on in this upper box. This is a frame of better comb from last year. It's sagged. My bees had an interesting habit of chewing through it. Look at that. Chewing down to the wires. You can see some of the wires. So maybe they're repairing it, but I don't know. I have had second thoughts about putting this frame back in for this exact reason. But they seem to be working it. There's a little bee butt right there. Little bee butt. Doing something. Another bee butt right there. Here's a frame that they're building the wax on. You can see the black foundation. So they're building it. I don't know how obvious it is. This side hardly has any wax on it. So they're building it up. This stuff in this pattern right here, that's propolis. That's like tree resin, like evergreen tree resin. They use it for its antifungal and antimicrobial properties. The reason it looks like this is because there was a device called a queen excluder on top of it, and they propolized it. All right, I'm gonna put this box back together, and we're gonna get into the bottom box, into the brood chamber. Smells nice, smells like a hive ought to. So I think the ladies are happy. Notice I'm not using any smoke, but now they're starting to buzz my face. So I might just light the smoker before I crack this open. Not necessarily smoke the hive, I'll just light it. Gotta have one of these. I think my smoker's over here. Don't tell me the fucking... carpenter is already out. Maybe it's a bumblebee? I wonder if they're making a house down there. So here's my smoker. It's an expensive Man Lake one. I'm gonna just fill it up with sticks from the ground. No need to pay for material, you know, just sticks are fine, just not green wood. I have some pine needles that I actually collected at scout camp. They work really well. I also use wood pellets from my smoker. I mean my like barbecue smoker. And yeah, what's a day in Leesburg without chainsaws and leaf blowers in the background? Jeez. All day, every day. 24/7. So I just got some sticks and leaves here. Changing my grip. Oh, there's a bee landing in the smoker. Oh, you don't want to be there. Like I said, we are in their flight path. So I just kind of stuff this down, light it up. Normally you don't want to set up in front of the beehives because they'll fly into you. They kind of get a little mad. And like I said, I'm just lighting this smoker to put smoke in the air. I'm not actually going to be smoking the hive. The bees aren't too anxious this time of year because they're bringing in lots of resources. So this smoke is just going to be in the air around the hive. Common misconception that it like calms the bees down. What it actually does is it smells stronger than their alarm pheromone. So I guess in that sense it keeps them calm, but it doesn't calm them down. So you actually want to like pump this pretty well. So like this, you know how they were kind of like hitting me in the face when I was pulling that box off? Just the smoke in the air is really all you need for now. Like if you have a really aggressive hive, yeah, you can smoke them, but I always do fine with just the smoke in the air. Too much smoke will make them think there's a fire, and they're going to go in and consume a lot of honey, so it sets back honey production a lot. So we'll just leave that there. I'm going to pop this box off. All right, hopefully all is well, and I don't crush any bees. I don't think I did. There seem to be a lot of bees hanging around. So this here, some people use a frame rest. It kind of looks like a, well here, I'll just show you. I have a homemade one that I made that I screwed to a tree. These are literally pegboard things, and it just holds your frame. I have another one somewhere that like clips onto the side of the hive, but I just use this badly shaped box. You know, when the pandemic started, you couldn't get equipment at all. So I got these, and they're horribly cut. Like the finger joints don't work, so I just use it to hold frames. It works fine for that. Harvest honey, whatever. So here, I'll bring you in closer to the ladies. I think it's just the leaves burning in there. So here, have a look in the hive. Yeah, look at that. So we're gonna go in and see if we can find the queen, see if there's eggs and brood. It's a little early to split this hive, but you know, never know. Actually, I'll get you up close and personal. There we go. Okay, so you see we have the smoke just kind of going in the air. Get a little bit better view. I don't know if you can see the bees, but they're all flying around. There's a lot. So I'm encouraged. Here's my hive tool. Gotta have one of these to help pry the sticky frames open. First frame you pull out, you want to make sure it's on the end, and you don't want to roll any bees, and you definitely don't want to kill the queen. So here's some bees. I think they're putting some stores in there. Frame's almost fully drawn. Sun's at the wrong place to get good pictures, so. And then when you take frames out of a hive, especially in the brood chamber, you want to preserve the order because the middle frames tend to be where the babies are. Now, if I'm looking at this hive, you can kind of see these frames are a little more densely covered than these, so I bet there's eggs over here. And this hive has an entrance in the middle, they usually store the brood by an entrance, or on a frame by an entrance. So this is all like, you know, almost fully drawn. This side's good. Knock on wood, I haven't seen any hive beetles yet. I'm gonna puff the smoker a little bit. I don't want it to go out in case I do need to smoke bees. Probably didn't put enough fuel in there. So. All right, now if you want to see what the smoker does, I'll lightly do it. Watch this right here. They're going to go down. They'll get off the frame. They'll start buzzing a little bit more. See how it kind of clears them away? Just a little bit. You see a lot of videos on YouTube and people are like, you know, you don't want to cook the bees. Like, smoke is hot. See what's going on this frame. So they're, see all the little yellow spots? That's something called bee bread. It's pollen and their saliva for some enzymatic activity. And they feed it, that's the protein source for the babies. If you taste it, it's very bitter. Quite the opposite of honey. So again, we're preserving the order. So maybe a little bit of smoke. All right, so I can see into here. We haven't come to the brood yet, but there's a lot of bees. This is one of the original frames, I can tell, from when I bought my bees, and I'll show you why. It's half the height of all the rest, and they built comb on the bottom. So there's hanging comb on the bottom. And it's a little misshapen, look at that. Oh, we're in the brood chamber. Okay, here we go. So you'll learn to recognize the capped brood. So the caps are like the babies. Now look inside the cells. You see the white stuff? That's larvae. So we know that the queen's been laying eggs that have been advancing in age. And once, you know, they get fed worker jelly. And once they're grown to whatever, I don't know, they cap them. So there's some brood over here too. So we got to start looking out for the queen. Let's see if we can find her. I'm no good at finding the queen. Okay, I see some drone brood at the bottom. You'll learn to recognize that. It's here, I'll see if I can put it right on. It is, well, now there's a bee covering it. But anyway, it sticks out proud of the other cells. All right, I don't see the queen. That doesn't mean she's not on here. That's a big bee. I wonder if that's a drone. Once you get drones, you can split your colony. All right, I don't see any eggs on this frame. So this colony, or this frame, oops, that sits down kind of high. All right, we got some drone or some brood on this next one too. So we're mindful to watch for the queen, so we don't kill her. Ha! Okay. There's two drone cells right there. You see that one right in the middle, how it sticks out? I don't know if you can tell that it sticks out. Kind of spotty pattern, but you know, it's early. But it's encouraging to see capped brood at all. Haven't seen any swarm cells. This side's kind of incomplete. There's another drone cell right there. All right. Okay. There's some larvae here. So this might be an old queen, and there might be a good case for replacing her because her brood pattern is, it's not the best. Some of these larvae may have died because of the cold snap, but I hope not. Oh, I see a hive beetle. Son of a bitch. Where is he? There's a little beetle. Can you see him walking around? It's so hard to see with the camera. It's washed out. Not seeing the queen. Oh wait, there's a pile of bees. That's a drone. It's a little drone. Alright, maybe I'll give him a little puff, get him down. Now, just because I haven't seen the queen doesn't mean that she's not here. I just suck at finding her. But, we see capped brood and open larvae. That's always a good sign, but you really want to see eggs. Decent laying pattern. Oh, look, there's a bee being born. Let's see if I can get it. You'll see his head. Or her head, rather. That's a worker cell. Right there. See her? Yeah, here she comes. Do I have her in frame? There she is. There she is, right there. See how she's very light? She was just born. I don't know if I caught that on frame. But yeah, so they're emerging. Alright, let's see if we can find the queen. There's some more up there that are very, very light. Very, very light and fuzzy. So yeah, this colony, because she's not covering the entire frame with eggs, I think it's like a good case for replacing this queen. Here, I think they're pulling out a dead larva that probably died when it got cold. You can see it sticking out. I don't know. I just don't know enough about their behavior. There's that damn hive beetle. Oh, look, he got attacked. Where's the attacking? I don't know what happened. I lost it. All right. Okay, this is getting to be a better frame, and this is also another original one. So some of these bees are doing the waggle dance. They must have found a place to eat. Oh, now this is a good pattern. Like the middle of this frame is like full of brood, full of capped brood. So this is probably where the queen is spending most of her time. Let's see if we can find her. And there's that comb on the bottom of the half frame. Like this is one of my original purchased nuke frames. A lot of open brood there. You can see the white of the larvas. All right, well, they seem to be doing okay. I'm gonna put this hive back together and close it up. Thanks, ladies. Don't want to disturb you too much. I don't know if you can see these bees on the top. They're fanning. They think somebody's missing, and they're trying to say like, "Hey, we're over here," fanning their pheromone into the air. Another hive beetle. Son of a bitch. Somebody get him. See these bees hanging by each other's, they're dropping off. Anyway, that supposedly is some method of measuring distances for building wax and so forth. All right, so let's put some smoke across them just to keep them calm. Keep them calm. I just said it doesn't actually keep them calm. These are mostly empty, so you can move a little more quickly. Just don't want to like roll the bees or jar the bees. All right, so that hive's not ready to split. This middle one might be. Give them a little more time. But overall, I'm happy with the progress. This winter was brutal for the bees. Let's open this guy up. This is the insulation I was telling you about. Really works. Definitely saves your bees. And their syrup crystallized, and there was a lot of water up in here. I don't know if you saw that, but you can see the bees eating. I'll have to pour some water in there, which is fine, to melt that sugar down, because they can't eat the crystallized sugar. All right, now you're going to see what a hive tool does for the first time, other than prying the frames out of the box. Let's see, I do it over here. I'm sticking it in there. Pop it so you hear the crack, but be careful, you don't want to damage it. You don't want to scare the crap out of the bees either. Alright. Ooh, I just killed a bee. Sorry. She had pollen pants on too. You will smash bees. Nothing you can do about it. There, I killed that one. Hello, ladies. Oh, they're making honey, but because I had a feeder on, it's funny honey. Let me show you what a frame of capped honey looks like. So this is not honey that I would harvest because it's probably all sugar water. That ain't honey. Leave that for them. But it's good to have honey in the hive. Okay. They've literally done nothing with this frame. Is that on frame? Where are we looking here? Okay, yeah, you can see that a little. All right, by the smoke. done nothing with this. And the reason you give them sugar syrup, not only so that they can live, like they can have some calories, but it's also to make comb. But oh my God, they went nuts up here. You'll see in a minute. Stuck. This is a big blob of propolis. It melts when it's hotter. Okay, this frame's actually kind of, look, that is capped honey. Oh, and look, cross comb. So that's kind of a bonus for the beekeeper. You know, you wish they would build it on the foundation, but you got to get this out. It's fresh comb, nice and white. It's literally wasted effort by the bees. It's too bad. So I'll throw that in my wax bucket and it'll become a candle, or we'll smear it on something. But yeah, you want to get those cross comb things out. So this, you see how nice and white that is? That's actually capped honey. Now, it's not very deep. And like I said, it's probably just sugar syrup because I've been feeding them. Because of the hot, cold, when it's hot, they think there's like, oh, it's spring, there's food to be gathered. Oh crap, they really went nuts up here. I'll show you this. Yeah, you would not want to harvest this because it's sugar water. It's not real honey. But it is pretty heavy. Oh, cross comb down at the bottom. That's a lot of drone brood. All right, we either have a situation where the queen is making a lot of drones because they're about to swarm, and we'll find out soon, but you can see all those giant proud cells, or the queen is dead and the pheromones, oh, and they did some ridiculous stuff with the comb. You know, this right here, it's got to be scraped off. So either the queen is dead and there's a pheromone situation. Okay, there I see some drones. There's a pheromone situation where a worker has started laying eggs and